Assassin's Creed Shadows is coming in February. We all know that. Actually, I
Can't
think it's
wait.
going to launch. I think it's actually going to launch on our second birthday stream. February 15th, I think is the second.
No, it's
Is the
Valentine's Day.
Oh, February 14th. So it'll be like a
The day
Valentine's present
before
for us.
our
Good.
2-year
good, good.
anniversary.
Okay, first question. Do you think that game actually is released on February 14th? Do you think it'll actually hit the release date, Blabs?
Yep, 100%.
Flash?
Yeah. Even though it's going to get crushed by Monster Hunter.
Dan?
Released is a strong word, right? It's like
What are you talking? Released is a strong word.
Yeah, because listen to me.
Launched.
Are Ubisoft games ever released when they say they are released? I mean, those games when they are released, they are half done. Ubisoft games always have been, like for a decade. So
I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying?
Well, but it's okay. Is it launched that day?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
But
okay.
it will be a buggy mess.
They have
they're
no
saying that
choice
this-
at this point
They're
because
saying this one's polished.
Oh, it will be.
Really?
Yeah, they were going to polish it up. That's what they're saying.
they have no choice but to release it on the 14th because they've canceled all the pre-orders. They've done all this stuff. They've canceled everything. It's costing them so much money that they have to release this. It's probably a tax write-off. But like, we're sorry, this is shit. Maybe we'll get a Gollum Chat GPT apology.
I remember
Well, we
that.
have this story from Fandom Pulse, which is John Trent's new stomping grounds over there. It says Assassin's Creed executive producer admits Ubisoft does not know where players are and how the company can reach them. Which,
Sure, they're just not playing Ubisoft games.
yes, they're playing everything but Ubisoft games. So, Assassin's Creed executive producer Mark Alexis Cote recently admitted that Ubisoft does not know where players are and does not know how to reach players with its games. During the Q&A portion of an interview at the XDS24 conference, Cote was asked how external development will affect Ubisoft for the next 3 to 5 years. He responded with, "I think we're in an era of peak change. I don't know what the industry is going to look like in 5 years, but clearly we're transforming. And I think it can create anxiety. I see it as a challenge that we need to solve together because whether it's the AAA or even in the more indie spaces, the recipe for success as it's been in the maybe last 20 years is dramatically shifting."
I agree. We're shifting away from samurai games starring George Floyd in Japan.
Yes. But guys, also, you hire enough DEI people who have nothing to do with video games, but they're hired because of the color of their skin, their sexuality. What's gonna happen?
You'll never know.
Your company will be out of touch with the gaming industry. That's what we're seeing happening today.
Dan, I think your mic is a DEI hire.
What?
It keeps popping out, doesn't it?
But you can hear me?
No,
Yeah,
got
we
you.
can now.
We got you, buddy. You-
Okay. Just
No,
let
but-
me know.
Yeah,
I
it-
have no idea what's happening today.
Is
It
it
was
your
fine.
browser by chance? Like,
it's okay.
I don't know.
Well, so he talks about, he says, so we still have to innovate. We need to control our costs because they have ballooned clearly over the last 5 years. That's something that we've seen. Obviously, we see these games that are $250 million, $300 million, in some cases, $500 million. Like, what are we doing with these development costs? How are these supposed to make any money? It's not even close. Because next, he shared how the company does not know where players are and does not know how to get them to play their games. He said, "We need to find where players are," which has been a question I've been asking for the last 2 years. Where are players? What are they playing? Where do we reach them? All this will become clear in the coming years as our industry transforms along the way, Blabs. Hit it.
I don't have the bell with
Oh
me.
no! What happened?
Well, because I don't like keeping it on my desk.
Okay.
I'll just hit it and it'll go ding.
Well, I mean, Flash, I think you bring up a really good question. Is it a matter of them not knowing where the players are or the players not caring where they are? Does that make sense?
They don't care. People are done with this shit, man. And you're seeing it big time right now because, I mean, just look how the election went. Can't tell me that people are not tired of this shit.
I think there's definitely a realization across the industry, but I don't think that people are understanding they have an idea, like they're close, but they're pointing the finger at the wrong thing. And they're pointing, I've said this before on the show, but it's the old saying where you point your finger at one thing and you have like 3 more pointing back at you, right? And I think that's probably the biggest issue here with the industry. Everyone's pointing their finger at everybody else without looking internally.
Yeah.
So much so that IGN had a post over the weekend where they were kind of a part of this, where you look at it and you're like, I first saw this and I was like, oh man, IGN, do they get it? Are they starting to understand it a little bit? And then when you dig into this a little bit more, you're like, oh no, they have no idea. And this post was this. It said, the Blockbusters game bubble has burst here. And I'm like, whoa, man, that's crazy. And we have pictures of these games that have just absolutely blown up. Concord, right? Suicide Squad. We got these games here. But when you actually look at the article itself, everything about it, it doesn't have a single mention of any of the complaints from people who are actually buying the games, the customers themselves. It talks about high cost, and we all understand that. It talks about people losing their jobs, right? But once again, why are they losing their jobs? It's because people aren't buying the games. The costs are too much, right? Why are these studios shutting down? And that's the big thing, is the games cost too much along the way. And the idea of a lack of innovation, reflects a deep-rooted fear to engage with anything new or original along the, new or original. I didn't say it.
You said it 2 seconds before, though.
I didn't say it, though.
Yeah.
But I was like, I read that and I was like, man, so close. You're so close, yet so far. Dan, why do you think the industry is failing? Is it as simple as they're just not listening to the customer?
Yeah, man, definitely out of touchiness. By the way, how do I sound? I'm still popping.
You sound great.
Okay, definitely the out of touchiness, out of the DEI hiring. Like you're just filling the industry with people who don't care about the industry, with people who don't care about video games, and that's bound to happen. The industry will start moving away from the customers, and I think that's what we're seeing today, and it's a process to go back from there. I really don't know how you do it. I mean, in the mainstream, because in the indie side and on the eastern side, Japan, those Korean games, Chinese games, they are fully in touch with what the gamers want, what people enjoy, what people buy. But the West to come back from the damage that DEI hiring on the video game industry made, I don't know how we come back from that.
So I found the person who actually wrote this article. This guy is named Seb Astley. And Seb, formerly of Polygon, formerly of Rolling Stone UK. This was his first article for IGN. This is for my IGN debut. I took a step back from the numerous issues plaguing the current top end of the video game industry and found a few interesting lines to connect everything. I got to be honest, he didn't connect a single one. The article's just like, things cost too much. But I feel like he totally missed the point. It's like so close yet so far. You're cutting off your nose to spite your face, or whatever that saying is. I don't know. I don't know how you can just. There's a metaphor in here that I don't know what it is. The old bring your horse to water thing, and I feel like we're trying to bring.
You can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make it drink.
Right, and I feel like that's what we're doing here with video game journalists. It's like, it's right here. Everybody's telling you it's right here. Why won't you just drink the water? It's right there. The water's fine, and it's good. It tells you everything you need to know, and it's like they're plugging their ears and saying, no.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Exactly.
Thank you, Dan. Appreciate that.
Exactly. I fully agree with everything you just said.
Thanks, Dan. Appreciate that.
That's what means.
All right.